Well, hi everyone. I'm Helen Terry, and I am at Soma Ranch. And I love when the team, when you share this evolving thing of like it's Paul, Soma Ranch from Los Angeles, Elaine, Soma Ranch from Newfoundland, Natasha, Soma Ranch from Ottawa.
Ottawa.
Is that right? Ottawa. And then beautifully, Gigi is usually here at Soma Ranch when she teaches in person. She actually drives over from College Station. So we're just connecting here after class, and I wanted to say how much I really enjoyed Paul and Elaine team teaching this morning. I thought it was beautifully just the love between the two of you, how you work together is palpable for me, and I love the playlist. I was curious about how did you come up with what songs and who created the playlist? How did you organize class?
You want to take that, or I can? I feel like Paul needs all the credit. He is the person behind the playlists. And we have this really cool relationship where I'm like, this is what I'm feeling. And then I get this incredible one from Paul, and I'm like, all right, I'll tweak mine a little. And then he came to me and said, I think this is the final one. So it was like, what was it, 14 minutes or something, or whatever it ended up being. So then I looked at, like, I always start a playlist plan. And so I'll throw things in there that I love. So at least I have a shopping list. So when I knew I had, 15 minutes, 16 minutes, made it a little easier. And I loved the flow of Paul's music. And then I said, but I'm going to want to throw joy in there. And he's like, and you should. And that's fine. And I said, but are you sure it won't like notch it off the, and he said, no, I think that you can make that work. And then Mary Chapin Carpenter's song is long, and it was delicious to play with the hand movements because there wasn't really choreography. It was just playing in upper body, and it felt really good. So,
And it's funny because we had set focus and intent a long time ago when I made the graphic at the beginning, like at the end of last month, and but it's only been in the last week. I started a playlist and I ended up having over an hour worth of songs. I was like, but this song or that's so I really started to listen to that and to see if choreography, like almost like teaching a blue monkey, where it's like I'm listening to the song and oh, that's this, and I pulled a few songs, and then the Amos Lee song I taught a year ago, almost a year ago. That was one of the first adaptations I taught at Soma. So for yeah, so I narrowed it down, and originally Elaine was going to start and finish, and I was going to be the middle. And but then when I came up with my song, she was like, "No, no, 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 I'm gonna," and so it literally came together like in the last few days, um, and I love it. I love it. So
me too.
Yeah.
I like working with you. No, don't like, I love actually.
Yeah, the whole I love the how relaxed you both were and just seamlessly how you're playing from one to the other, like setting the focus, one person and then the other, and then even like for us when we're going to be doing a jam in a month or so, it was lovely witnessing how beautifully like Elaine's coming into her computer to change over and put the music on, and Paul's keeping everybody moving and going along, and I was like, wow, this is a really great way for me to, just witness. That's a great way to hand over the baton in a like a jam situation where there's more than one teacher. So that's beautiful. And Paul, I love how you were really evolving, but also sort of like the researcher. Like each song you were saying what routine it was from. Like the first song was Opal, was it?
well, and so I want to a personal request. I would love you to dance all of Opal again. I've only ever danced it once with you, and that movement pattern stuck. And I ended up making a TikTok video about it or using it. And I went in, it's not on demand, and the booklet is useless. The booklet gives zero movement information. So I was like, so I kept that, and then I threw in some stuff from Reach from Reach. That's from Reach. Then the spot, like, so that's Opal and Reach.
Yeah, it's lovely.
Yes.
And yeah, I'm happy to. Maybe I can teach Opal tomorrow. We can do a 30-minute Opal if you want. Um, and then the second song, I think it was, where you took that energy song and did it and did the movement slow and also just I felt beautifully intimate with the music. There was so much space. And as we're doing upper body and expression this month, I felt that song selection was a beautiful way. So did the moves simply click as you listened to the music, or how did that come about?
Yes, I was listening to that song and I immediately thought of that sliding forward. That was the first thing, and so I danced with it, and I was like, "This works." Um, and then at the end, there's that little coda, and at the end, and I was like, "Oh well, there's that hip." Because there's that hip bump, cha cha cha, hip bump, and I was like, so that's that grab, slow, throw it away. That's my version of the pull, pull, cha cha cha.
Hmm.
So uh, I thought that was, and I will probably return to that because it was super interesting that my brain did that to me.
I mean, that's really is beautiful organic clicks and allowing things to unfold. And I thought it was great. And the other thing is in that song, you said these in there we say pearls are what comes out of our mouth with the intent to enhance the experience. And something that really enhanced my experience was when you said dance what you hear, sense the heartbeat of the song. And was that something that you had prepared or heard from somewhere else? Like, where did those words come from?
It literally, when I listen to that song, he's singing melodic. And then there is a heartbeat. He starts to hit sort of a more syncopated vocal, driving vocal, and there's not much instrumentation. But for me, I can imagine just like da dun da dun da dun, like it literally feels like a heartbeat through some of. So it's just what was there for me, and it did occur to me days ago. I wasn't sure that I would say it, but it seemed right.
Yeah,
So
and I loved it, and I loved how the pearl felt like a click in itself, like you said, and the choreography goes with the music like a click. When you shared that pearl the first time, dance what you hear. I love how in movement, hopefully, we're always bringing something novel, new, and entertaining for the brain. And when you said that, my cells went ooh, but then when you said it again, I was like, oh, and maybe he prepared that. So that was lovely. And it, like, and then I think, I don't know if you even realized at the end, you said those pearls again. So you said, dance what you hear, sense the heartbeat of the song. And then you said, let it go. And I think for all of us, we're holding stuff. And for me, when you said, let it go, there was something I hadn't realized I was holding until you said, let it go. And that I found that really healing. So it was awesome. So
yeah.
thank you. And then Elaine, I love your joy song is like the signature song, and I love how you bring that. I love how you bring joy in all times, but I love how you bring that song in, and I love how you do it almost unapologetically. Sometimes I witness people like, "Oh, I've done that song so many times, maybe I shouldn't," or people are like, "Oh, I need to change things up," and I love your choreography to the Joy song, and I love how you keep bringing that back, and so I just want to say thank you, and I trust that you feel great bringing that song in.
I do, and with my welderlies, I just returned to class from vacation, and so yesterday there was like record number. I think there were 31 in the class, so the energy was incredible. And so I did joy, and then to have 31 people say it back, I was like, okay, this is exactly where I need to be. And then the two other classes are much smaller, and I didn't use it in either one. It was a shortened class, and both of them said you didn't play joy. So I was like, oh, okay, thanks for noticing. And I'll make sure it's in for next week. So it was kind of cool that they caught it, or
Yeah.
they caught that it wasn't there.
I love it. I love that. I think repetition sometimes brings assurance and security, and we can all like there's something familiar. So it's both things. Yeah, it's something novel and new and something that's familiar. And I think that song is very stimulating for both the brain and the heart. So it was really cool.
Thank you. And I also think, Paul, you did an amazing thing when I read the poem and then made the little caveat about I don't always feel joy. And that, like, I just thought it was awesome. Um, I'm not all joy all the time, yet I love that focus of joy. And then I love what you did with it and to just kind of put people's, if you're having a day that is challenging or a week or a month, that it's okay to not feel that joy. Like I have a friend who calls me her joy sorrow friend when you mix the things that are going on in my life. So we need that. I need that balance. So I loved what you said.
Yeah, me too. I loved how you weaved that, both of you, you complement each other well. And Elaine, your voice was beautiful in class, and I loved how you were bringing your hand techniques, which is definitely your wheelhouse as well. So it was beautiful.
Thank you. Can I give you full disclosure story just before we
Yeah.
went live? We had sound trouble. So I called my husband in because he's the tech with the spaghetti. And I had a plan. I was going to do a dry run. I was going to be comfortable. And it was 10 o'clock and my sound wasn't working. And I'm like, this is not the plan. Oh my goodness. And so he's in my space. I don't know how guys, like, I love him to pieces. And he was in my space. So I'm like, I gotta get online. I gotta do this. Anyway, turned out the connection in my phone was dirty or something, so it wasn't picking up the sound. I never would have diagnosed that problem. And so I'm like, okay, we're gonna chuck the extra practice. And now at least I have sound because it was garbly, almost like it was on the wrong setting. So I'm
Wow.
super thankful to him. And I went live. I said to Paul, okay, this is not how I wanted to arrive, but here I am.
That's awesome. Cool. And that really segues beautifully to Natasha. So, Natasha, you have been inspired to do a blue monkey this Friday, and I wondered how you're feeling.
I'm feeling surprisingly calm about it so far. Um, this is unusual for me. I usually like to prepare well in advance, and I had completely forgotten about this until Monday. Monday, I realized, oh yeah, I'm teaching Blue Monkey on Friday, and I have no idea. Like, I don't have to create a playlist. I don't have to prepare the choreography. I just have to show up and be willing. So I'm proud of myself for stepping into this. We've been together for a year as a team, almost a year as a team, and I love that I feel safe enough to do this now. Like in February, I think I would have thrown up at the idea. And now here I am, and I know that whatever happens is fine. And I love stepping into new things and tasting different experiences. I was saying to Elaine, when I was in Mexico years ago, I decided I wanted to try parasailing. And I'm really glad I did. And I swore after that experience that I would never parasail again for the rest of my life. It was absolutely terrifying. But I'm so glad that I did it. So I love adventure.
That's great. I'm glad that you're taking that safe risk, and also how you can see how I've taught that class on Fridays, but also be inspired by seeing how Paul has evolved over the year and how he does it. And then just, you have our support and the support of the community too. And so,
Yeah, I feel held in the space, and I'm sure I'll be nervous. I know I'll be nervous on Friday. I'm nervous to teach a regular class, something that I have prepared. So I know there will be that. I love that Sarah has gifted me the word nervous-sighted. I'll have that jittery, nervous-sighted feeling.
yeah.
And we'll see how it unfolds.
Yeah, when I'm feeling those nerves too, I like the little thing that helps me rather than thinking I shouldn't be this way. As someone a while back said, nervousness shows that you care. And that was a pearl that really landed for me. I've realized. So when I feel nervous, it's like, oh, this is just simply, I care. I care about this. I care about the group. And so that'd be cool. So talking about nervousness, Gigi, you've been teaching a few weeks. How are you feeling? You taught last Thursday for me in person. So you have the little extra things. You've got the spaghetti, you've got people in the room, you've got the big. How are you feeling?
Better each time, calmer each time. It's a lot, yeah, with the hybrid and the people in the room and trying to balance talking to the people on the Zoom and talking to the people in the room and making sure the sound is balanced, and it's a lot, but it gets easier each time, of course. And because this week I have also subbed for Holly, so I taught for Holly on Tuesday, you on Thursday, Holly yesterday, and again today. I noticed yesterday that I am so much calmer and more focused, and it gets a little easier each time, and I'm grateful for that. And I'm also feeling some creativity bubbling up that yeah, I know. Thinking about different ways to do choreography, to pick songs and that sort of thing. So I'm excited to see how it all evolves over the next period of time.
Oh, well, good. I think you're doing great. It's a great example of practice is just keep showing up and teaching class, and that's one of the best ways. Well, thank you, everybody. Our next month is about Thanksgiving and all different ways of how we can be practicing gratitude, giving thanks for our body, giving thanks for this process that we're in called the 30-day challenge, and thanks for our community. How many different ways can we look at gratitude and thanks for a month? So thank you so much for being part of the team. Mwah.